Welcome back, Red Devils. In today's update, we dive into the latest Man United news, from Ruben Amorim's injury blow to Andre Onana's uncomfortable conversation and transfer drama. Let's get into it. Man United news. Ruben Amorim dealt injury blow as new reason for transfer collapse revealed. Manchester United had mixed success in the transfer market and now must continue their season under Ruben Amorim, under pressure to improve their results in the Premier League. With the transfer window closed, Manchester United will now hope they can improve their form for the rest of the season. United failed to bring in a new forward before the deadline but did sign Patrick Dorgu and Aiden Heaven. The pressure will be on Ruben Amorim to turn around the club's fortunes with the side sitting in 13th position. The FA Cup could yet offer the 40-year-old some respite. United welcome Leicester City and Ruud van Nistelrooy to Old Trafford as they continue their quest to retain the trophy. Malacia dig Manchester United defender Tyrell Malacia expressed his happiness to be playing good football again after completing a loan move to PSV Eindhoven. The left-back missed the entire 2023-24 campaign due to injury, but has returned to fitness this term. Malacia has been unable to break into Ruben Amorim's side despite their struggles. The 25-year-old has played just 99 minutes in the Premier League. "I'm happy to be here. Finally playing good football again," the defender told club media. "I am coming off a long injury, but by now I am fit and know that my time will come again. In every tough period there are also positive elements, and in this case that is that I have become much stronger physically and mentally. I have more patience, am more mature, know my body better and things like that. I'm ready to pop and hopefully win several prizes with PSV." Luke Shaw setback. Luke Shaw has suffered another setback on his road back to recovery. After returning to first-team training just last week, Shaw is back on the sidelines. The 29-year-old setback is thought to be minor, having already suffered a blow in December. Shaw will miss Friday's FA Cup fourth round versus Leicester, but the club expect the England international to be back in training on Monday. Shaw last played for United against Everton in December and has played 94 minutes for the club this season, across 3 matches. Alejandro Garnacho transfer issue. Napoli sporting director Giovanni Manna has revealed that Alejandro Garnacho's demands meant a deal for the winger was not possible. The Serie A side were interested in a new signing after Khvicha Kvaratskhelia departed for Paris Saint-Germain. Manna claims Napoli were close to coming to an agreement with United, but they were too far apart in terms of Garnacho's salary expectations. There were many who didn't leave. "We dealt with Garnacho even before Kvara's departure," Manna said, per Sport Witness. An uncomfortable conversation is required about Manchester United goalkeeper Andre Onana. Mistakes have crept back into Andre Onana's game, and some Man United supporters believe he should be replaced. Just before halftime in last weekend's game against Crystal Palace, Andre Onana made an exceptional save to deny Jean-Philippe Mateta, but the referee didn't realize he'd got his fingertips to the ball and pointed for a goal kick, instead of correctly awarding a corner to the away team. Onana reacted to the save by celebrating as if he'd just scored a goal. That was a huge giveaway, and he clearly wanted to let everybody know he got a fine touch to send the ball wide. Mateta lost that battle against Onana, but the Crystal Palace striker won the war. Mateta fired his side to a 2-0 victory at Old Trafford, and Onana's first-half save was made redundant. Those who attended Old Trafford on Sunday will remember Onana's intervention to deny Mateta in the 40th minute because of his wild celebration. It is unusual for a goalkeeper to celebrate so passionately, and it felt telling that he felt the need to highlight a positive contribution. If Onana's form hadn't regressed in the last few months, would he have celebrated the save like he did? Probably not. The chances are Onana would have kept his head down and avoided attention from the referee, who had made a mistake by failing to recognize it was a Palace corner. United are in the middle of a bleak season and Onana's form has worsened, so it is no wonder that he instinctively celebrated a save that most in the ground didn't realize he'd made. "Pressure is for tires," was the iconic line produced by Alan Shearer during England's win against Switzerland on penalties at Euro 2024. Impressively, England's players remained calm in that shootout, but pressure can play wicked tricks on the mind, and Onana is feeling the pressure. Onana was error-prone after signing from Inter Milan, and fans questioned whether he was an upgrade on David De Gea. His mistakes in the Champions League meant United finished bottom of their group, and he has spoken openly about how difficult those first 6 months were. Onana struggled and didn't look cut out for the role, but he enjoyed a mostly consistent calendar year of 2024, and it seemed like mistakes had been eradicated from his game. He won the Premier League's Save of the Month award for his outstanding double stop against Crystal Palace in September, and somehow bettered it against Fenerbahce in October. The Cameroon international denied Youssef En-Nesyri twice in a matter of seconds as Fenerbahce threatened an equalizer in the Europa League. He got down to his left before springing back to his feet to make another save, and Jose Mourinho described the saves as incredible. The Manchester Evening News were asked to nominate a few United players for a nationwide Player of 2024 survey, and Onana was among the candidates in the running for the award. Man United defender turned down Wolves' move before winter departure. Manchester United defender Tyrell Malacia reportedly turned down the chance to join Wolverhampton Wanderers before he joined PSV Eindhoven. The Dutch fullback was allowed to leave Old Trafford after he failed to force his way into Ruben Amorim's plans. Malacia had been restricted to 5 starting appearances in 8 competitive appearances for Amorim's side this season. The 25-year-old knew he would fall further down the pecking order following the addition of left-sided defender Patrick Dorgu from Lecce. Man United announced on Tuesday that Malacia had joined PSV on loan until the end of the season, with the option to make the move permanent in the summer. Malacia turns down Wolves' switch. Malacia was allowed to make the move nearly 24 hours after the English deadline had passed because the Dutch transfer window did not shut until February. Portuguese giants Benfica reportedly failed in their efforts to sign Malacia ahead of PSV, and it has now emerged that a Premier League club was also interested in securing his services. According to Voetbal Verslaafd, Wolves were keen to recruit Malacia to bolster Vitor Pereira's squad for their relegation fight. However, the Man United fullback ultimately turned down the chance to join Wolves in favor of returning to his native country. Wolves strengthened their defense on deadline day with the addition of Nasser Giga, but they ultimately failed to add another left-back to their squad. Malacia's decision to join Peter Bosz's side has seemingly led to disappointment with those associated with his former club Feyenoord. The Rotterdam-born defender came through the youth system at Feyenoord, before going on to make 136 competitive appearances for the senior side. The move to one of Feyenoord's domestic rivals may have been a slightly controversial one, but there was never the option for him to go back to his former side because they already have 3 left-backs in their squad. Malacia was not available for Wednesday's KNVB Beker clash against Feyenoord, which PSV won by a 2-0 scoreline thanks to goals from Johan Bakayoko and Guz Til. The Man United loanee could make his PSV debut in Saturday's Eredivisie clash with Willem II at the Philips Stadion. Ruben Amorim has no faith in Man United pair as Crystal Palace signal, ignored by INEOS. Ruben Amorim has no faith in Manchester United flops Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee, but INEOS ignored the signal the head coach sent in defeat to Crystal Palace. Højlund joined United from Atlanta in 2023 but has scored just 12 goals in 49 Premier League games, while Zirkzee has 3 goals in 24 games since his £34 million move from Bologna in the summer. Both strikers were left out of the starting lineup for the 2-0 defeat to Crystal Palace on Sunday, with midfielder Kobbie Mainoo preferred to lead the line by Amorim. The experiment didn't work, but former United defender Paul Parker believes the head coach was sending a signal to the club bosses to sign a goalscorer before the end of the transfer window. I understand the reasons why he did it. Kobbie has a good brain and knows what is expected of a center forward and what he would want from a striker if he was playing deeper, Parker told Metro. But it wasn't going to work because he's not a renowned goalscorer. It only works if you have midfield players who are going to run past him, but they haven't got enough athleticism within the team to play that way. As well, it could have been a signal to the people above him to let them know that he has no faith in the 2 players he has tried there. It's like having 2 goalkeepers on the bench. Every fan knows that when a manager puts 2 keepers on the bench, he's making a point to those above him that he needs someone. I think it could have been that. I don't know how well it would have gone down, but he didn't get what he needed badly in the transfer market. It would have lifted the fans if they had gone out and got a center forward. It didn't have to be a massive name, just someone who wants to prove a point. Now it's going to be a big struggle until the end of the season. Amorim's attacking options were depleted in the winter window as Antony and Marcus Rashford left the club on loan, joining Real Sociedad and Aston Villa respectively. Parker believes the Portuguese boss made the right call to let Rashford after the England international announced his desire for a new challenge in mid-December. I don't think he'll regret letting him go because he won't give Amorim what he wants. He's not a natural centre-forward either, Parker added. You saw in the Ipswich game that, yes, he scored, but he was non-existent as a centre-forward. He doesn't like people behind him because he doesn't like getting kicked. Every time he stepped forward, you could see he was tense because he was worried about the people behind him. As well, he didn't need that situation with Rashford and his attitude from January until the end of the season. He didn't need that around affecting the squad. The most important is the majority over any one individual.